The night the storm rolled over Blackwater Town, Maya Ellis felt an old fear stirring inside her chest, the kind she hadn't felt since she was a child. Back then, she used to wake up screaming about a shadow standing at the edge of her bed, tall, horned, smiling with needle teeth, something no one else could see. Her family had told her it was a nightmare disorder, until the night her little brother vanished from the hallway without a sound, and the only thing left behind was the smell of burning metal. After years of therapy, distance, and pretending, Maya tried her best to bury that memory. But as thunder clawed across the sky now, she felt the familiar burning on her palm, the faint scar shaped like a claw mark that she always claimed came from a fall, though she knew better. She pressed her hand against the cold window glass, watching the flashes of lightning illuminate the empty streets, and whispered, "Not again." That same moment, her phone buzzed, showing an unknown number with a message, "You promised me." "Time's up." The letters twisted on the screen as if alive. Maya staggered back as the lights in her house flickered, humming low, like someone whispering from inside the walls. Desperate to shake the feeling, she drove to her childhood home, where her mother lived alone now, fragile, forgetful, haunted by grief. The house looked even more worn than she remembered, swallowed by vines and shadows. When her mother opened the door, her hands trembled violently, and she stared at Maya with wide, feverish eyes. "You shouldn't have come," she whispered. "He remembers you." Maya tried to calm her down, asking who she meant, but her mother kept glancing behind Maya, like something stood there. Maya brushed it off as paranoia until she noticed the old mirror in the hallway, cracked, dusty, and definitely empty in front of it. Yet she saw a second shadow reflected beside her, taller, breathing. Maya grabbed her mother and pulled her into the living room, trying to brush off the growing panic. But the old woman suddenly screamed and covered her ears as the lights burst overhead like shattered stars. The temperature plunged so suddenly that Maya could see her breath turning white. Something walked across the hallway, slow, dragging, heavy. She tried to call the police, but her phone sparked and died in her hand. The TV turned on by itself, flashing static, then showing a dark figure made of smoke and fire. A deep voice rumbled through the speakers, "I've come for what was promised." Maya felt the scar on her palm burning hotter, like molten metal. Memories she had suppressed for years clawed their way back, her brother's laughter echoing as he chased fireflies, the night he disappeared, and the moment before it happened when Maya had whispered, "Take whatever scares me, just leave him alone." She had been a terrified child begging the dark to go away, and something had answered. She didn't know her fear was the price. She didn't know a bargain had been made. The shadow stepped out from the TV screen, peeling itself from the static like a creature being born. Its horns scraped the ceiling. Its eyes blazed like dying suns. It grinned at her the same way it did when she was small, as if nothing had passed between them but a few minutes. Maya grabbed her mother and dragged her toward the back door, but the door dissolved into black smoke beneath her hand. The walls stretched, warping like soft flesh, sealing every exit. The air thickened with the scent of sulfur and burnt earth as the devil, her devil, stepped closer. Her mother collapsed, whispering desperate prayers, but every word seemed to make the creature smile wider. "You begged for safety," it growled. "I granted it. The fear left you, and I took its shape." Maya backed away until she hit the wall. "I was a child," she whispered, shaking. "I didn't know what I was doing." The devil tilted its head. Children make the purest promises. Maya refused to let another family member vanish. She reached for the cracked hallway mirror, remembering old folklore her grandmother once told her. Evil hates its own reflection. She lifted the mirror with both hands and faced it toward the towering creature. The devil snarled, its form rippling violently as the mirror's surface began to glow, pulling its shadowy limbs inward like a whirlpool. The house quaked, windows exploding outward as a gale of black wind spiraled around them. Screams echoed, not hers, not her mother's, but countless voices trapped inside the darkness. Maya held on even as blood trickled from her palms where the mirror cut her. "You took my brother," she shouted over the roaring wind. "Now I take you back." With a final surge of strength, she slammed the mirror to the floor, shattering it into 1,000 shards. A shock wave rippled through the house, and the devil's scream shook the walls until it burst apart into smoke, sucked into the shards like water into sand. Everything went silent. The air warmed. The lights steadied. Maya collapsed beside her mother, who slowly opened her eyes, breathing easier. But before Maya could feel relieved, she noticed something horrifying. In the reflection of one mirror shard, a small, familiar hand pressed against the inside, her brother's. His eyes stared at her through the broken glass, empty, waiting, trapped. Maya reached out, tears blurring her vision, but his hand slipped away into the darkness. A final whisper echoed from the shard, a promise cannot be broken, only traded. And in that moment, Maya realized the truth. The devil hadn't been destroyed. It had been replaced. Maya looked down at her palm, where the scar now glowed like a burning brand. Her vision blurred, shadows curling around her feet as something ancient and cold rooted itself inside her. The devil had returned, but this time it returned through her. Blackwater Town slept peacefully that night, unaware that a new shadow walked among them, one wearing Maya's face, carrying her memories, whispering in her voice, waiting for the next promised soul.